At last, Pentecost Sunday, here we are, ending the Pentecost journey, that journey which catapults us into life as missionary disciples. Today's reading and Gospel introduce us formally to the person of the Holy Spirit. Up until today, God's people only knew about the Spirit of God, the Spirit that comes from the Father. Remember Jesus speaking in the temple from that beautiful passage of Isaiah. God's Spirit is with me, because he has anointed me to proclaim the good news to the poor, sight to the blind. And on it went, and today you see him in his presence. For the apostles, life will never be the same. All of a sudden they know things they didn't know yesterday. They spoke in a very different way, recognised by all in their own native tongue, with an authority not seen since Jesus stood in the temple and read from that scroll from Isaiah. The believers would from today exponentially increase as the Holy Spirit gave power to the mission of the apostles. They indeed had the mantle of Jesus on their shoulders and in their heart, and everything they needed was as if Jesus was doing it for them, but in them. Shouldn't it be so with us? Sometimes it's not, unfortunately. But I'd like to quote from our wonderful Pope Francis. When in the life of our communities we are listless, when we prefer peace and quiet to the newness of God, it's a bad sign. It means that we are trying to find shelter from the wind of the Spirit. Remember last week when we talked about the golden eagle? See, Pope Francis goes on to say, the wind of the Spirit is the soul of the Church, who constantly fills her with renewed hope, with joy, makes her fruitful, and causes new life to blossom. One of my work colleagues has just had a baby. When a new baby is born, it upsets our schedule. We lose sleep. There is sacrifice, but it also brings us great joy that renews our lives, driving us on, expanding us in love. Today is a new invitation for us to step out, to risk, to dare, to just get on with it, serving all that the Lord puts into our path. See, the race begins and our course is set. It's set for the apostles and it's set for us. In these times of COVID-19, the need is ever greater to bring healing and ministry to the hurting and to the disaffected. The pandemic has caused much to happen, and we are called to continue to pray for its end and to live a life that means getting our hands dirty, that means rolling our sleeves up and becoming all that we can be for those around us.